another lovely evening, and you know how we do it. We come here and we speak real issues that are affecting real people here on this real world. And so this is Benjamin Zulu Show, and you're most welcome. Yes, sir.
And you know, when you talk about like these people are saying, are you talking about social class or date within social class? So they start the class wars. And we are not aiming at class wars. We're not aiming at, I come from this status, you come from this status. No, we are talking about compatibility on a practical life sense. Right? Again, Willie, what is the philosophy for your marriage? Always remember you date according to your guiding beliefs. Your belief is, I'm dating, marrying somebody so that we can help each other through life.
Period.
Yes. If that is your belief, then you're going to be getting somebody who you're on a level that you can help each other. When we say you're not marrying to mentor, you don't mentor a person so that you marry them. Remember, we are not saying after you marry, you don't need to grow, but you grow each other.
Yeah.
Avoid a one-sided growth.
Yes.
Where you are growing up.
And this other person,
when you're growing up, she's not growing you, except teaching you patience because of her problems. You know? Willie, I want to give you the problem I've seen rampant. That people who are driven think everybody else is driven. And because they keep encouraging you, they think you and her are on the same pace. You get to a place where, and the kind of relationship we are discussing today, again, is occasioned by, one, rushed marriages, and two, overdrawn, stretched dating. And there's a whole show we did showing them how dating for long gets you marrying wrong. It means you dated when you're far away from who you are. Started dating when you did not know what marriage and men or women are all about. And it was more an emotional comfort that you ended up entangled in and dragged all along to marriage. You got stuck there. So you never weighed this person was vis-a-vis a life you independently determined like you wanted. This truth is just thinly hidden. And we hide it, we avoid it because we want emotional comfort now. The discomfort of being alone, people avoid it. And yet only when you are being, whenever you're being prepared, you're always hidden. Incubations require separation and aloneness. That's a rule of life. People have been avoiding incubations because they require you to be hidden, to be alone, not to be stimulated, to be kept in isolation of sorts, emotional isolation. You may be in mentorship groups in church, but emotionally you are alone. You are going home to your house alone. Even if you are coexisting with some guys, it's for financial purposes. In all sense, you are alone. You don't have enough. Really make peace with seasons of incubation. And I'm teaching this young group to take advantage of what we wish you were taught. Ourselves, we did it. Out of, is it instinct, is it guidance, is it, there was no coach to give it a name. People are being encouraged to get a partner from university. And yet the season of incubation, what I've been calling for them, intentional singleness, of 5 years, from graduation to mastery, from when you come from school to when you go through the school of life, from when you graduate a degree to give yourself a degree of life. The 5 years of self-incubation, concentrated learning, of defining yourself and accustoming with, because before you graduate, you have been always a group, class 8 group, form 4 group, university group. The first time you are alone is after graduation. And you should not run from group to marriage, from one enclosed to another enclosed, from one crowd to another crowded. You needed a space of aloneness to ponder directions that are new and unique to you. That season is so critical, but people have been avoiding it because it's uncomfortable. And they did not think it was necessary. They think when you're alone, you're not desirable, you're not a keeper. With those who are in a relationship are having fun. It's like you're missing out on something. And then so that peer pressure of, don't you have somebody? I have myself. We did not have a way to defend our single season. We were also in doubt. Are we missing out? Shall we suffer later? The people you're letting go, will you find them again? Mm-hmm. Really, the person you need to find first is not a partner, is yourself. When you find yourself, the partner of that category will be drawn to you. You will ascend to that degree where you can identify them quickly. You don't need to grab a woman as you leave university. You are supposed to grab the opportunity to grow, define your financial standards, define the kind of lifestyle you want. Feed yourself with information and philosophy about greatness. Learn money. Money, brother. Money. Learn money. They don't teach university. Even those who learn BCom are not being taught money. It's just principles and theories of practical money.
Yes. Practical.
Investment. The day-to-day grind of slow economy of that world. And how you can build fortune in the midst of poverty. How to learn individuation from your own family. How to learn, after graduation, you choose your own church, because usually you grew up there, here you came to see you, and now you're out. That's the first time you're choosing a church.
Now, where should I go?
The first time you're choosing community, where to live, which area of Nairobi, which job to try, which one to take. Really, that season is so poignant, so rich with self-defining moments. But what do? We are uncomfortable with not waking up and there's no text. When you wake up on your phone, there's no sweet text. No missed call. WhatsApp is empty. You think internet is off, so you switch on and nobody looks away. That season is sincerely lonely. Sincere. And when you wake up, 2 years more money, 20 shillings to get the snack, and that's your breakfast. Do you know it's possible to have breakfast for 20?
No, that is breakfast and lunch.
My brother. That season, my brother.
I've been there.
Where you left your message was playing, that's the only thing waiting for you to continue. Sometimes you slept and forgot to switch it off. You wake and
so in the middle of night, the TV is watching it.
So the only message on the screen of your phone is charger full, please disconnect. That season, when you don't choose clothes a lot, because there are only two, so it says that this or that. If it's an official function, iron the shirt on the floor there. The only thing you can place it is maybe on the small bed. That's when sometimes the bed is both the ironing table. That's why you are sitting
it is mattress down.
That season, people avoid it, and it's where we came from. That's where I got my impetus. And all the guys we were with who we submitted that season, all of us are soaring today. All of us. Nobody is still trying to find. We found our definitive directions. The richness of instruction that I could get on a day to day. And yet I'm trying to do boda. I'm selling tea. I'm hawking fruits. I'm waiting for tuition. I'm trying to gather kids for tuition over the holiday. I'm doing here nothing stable. You're living by faith. Tomorrow you're believing you get enough food. Rent is approaching. It's only 4,000 and you're supposed to raise each 1,000 and
God have mercy.
We're supposed to go to a certain school in Rift Valley. And we are all trying to hope for fare. And we're asking who is going, register. I'll tell you when I get fare. I'll tell you. And by the time you go there, and sometimes guys, I would see them believing themselves and going all the way to the bus station, and they're believing they'll get it somehow, and they're trying to check. And my brother, that season was the real manufacturing of our personality. And we had all graduated. We had degrees now. It is so immature to think in this culture a degree is enough to give you a job. You make the mistakes of your life.
Yes.
You go through this life still uncooked and refined and wise and prepared. I want to tell you, part of what changed me to who I am today is the experiences of the 5 years after graduation. And I've developed it to a program I'm teaching young people called Intentional Singleness. That's when you can do a master's according to, you do your personality test to know your uniqueness. Then you master in that area. Either through, you can do a master's degree. It's not the master's degree that makes you a master. Just a name there. It's supposed to educate you in the area you really love. Yeah. If you did not study a degree in what you love, now you do what you love. Let me tell you, that's a period you do personality tests. You study materials about yourself. The discomfort of not having enough money and still forging forward is what transformed us. Family don't know what you're doing. You tell them you're looking for jobs, so they don't send you too much money. You may get support here and there, but they thought after you graduate, you shall no longer be a bother. So you try to hustle. Yeah. And my brother, not having a bell to wake you up, exam to look forward to, cats to prepare for, a holiday. There was, this is you now.
You are on your own.
You know? And that's when you know how to, somebody goes home and they mill that flour. You know that unga, you got maize, go to the 50 kilograms of maize flour. Now we are sorted for 2 months. Yes. Any of us who happened to go up country, because that is easy to, your mom will happily. Yeah. Do you carry this one? You guys go
and some bananas.
Now you have that month. Oh.
You're praising the Lord. I am sorted.
You know, and that's the time you can walk long distances without realizing it. That's the time you know how to cut fare by walking part of the distance. This time you know how to report that a job is an opportunity. Today I see people showing up late for jobs, for interviews, and I know that's what they missed. The period of self-formation, we learned that to be given a chance to work is a privilege. Before we discuss the salary, being given a chance to put your hands in a plow of real life, my brother. To be allowed a space. So when I got a job that after that season, my brother was always there before even, out there before light. I had to be the one carrying the key because I'm always the first. You know, guys are coming official time 8, but 8 is so congested. I want to be ahead, do my studies there, do my things there. Because I built up speed and I understood the realities of that world. I read books and understood where we are. The curriculum you study in university, there's another curriculum for life. A full curriculum that takes you nearly as long as the degree itself.
Though there are some people who will go that early because of fear.
Yes, it's hikes. And you learn how to, that was part of it. Because the fare will move from 30 shillings to 100 shillings. Yes. Who does not want to be... You know? And you know how to, when you're going home, which stage has cheaper matatus. But when it rains, there's a crisis. So when you see rain coming, you leave early.
Or you decide because I'm leaving late.
Yes, you stay up. Sometimes late at 10, vehicles come down again.
Yes.
Because, so you find a guy taking 1 cup of tea in a hotel for 3 hours. You learn survival. You learn adjustment. You learn clever maneuvers. You learn prudence. You learn money management. You learn the trickery of phone snatchers and thieves and conmen in town that nobody is here to give you money. They ask you to scratch something. They're trying to get what you have. They're not here to offer you. There is no jackpot. There is no winning here. This is con game. You stop applying for every forward you are given. You stop for sending people forwards. You stop just dialing anything people say you to dial. I don't know those who skipped that, how they live. Many things, they were the exposure for that period when you're not dating anyone. You're facing life and defining yourself and growing, and we do not have a name for it. And we did not have enough validation. Sometimes we suspected that whether we are missing out even ourselves. Some of us realized we were very rough towards women. And that we had never seen a happy marriage. We had never seen couples who are friends. It was all enduring. There was no. So now we started learning with happy marriage. We sought mentorships. That's when we sought coaches, people who had made it in life to give us their wisdom. That's when we read books. That's when we share books. Somebody has a book and you're booked. It will rotate, reach you. You know, there's this message, somebody forwarding you here. When you hear there's a meeting somewhere where you know great minds will come, you force your way and beg at the gate. I only have half the ticket fee, but and you get stuck there until the organizer says this one is very stubborn. Let them in. How many conferences did you attend with no money? Because you came all the way. Yes. And you said, you know, I have walked here. I will get money. Don't worry. Just let me in. I'll talk to somebody. And actually, you talk to somebody. You know, I came in, but I don't have the ticket. They gave me a few hours. Do you think you can pay for me? I like your hunger, man. I did not have too much money. I can get it. Give me the number. Okay, I've sorted them. So you're so hungry. You came all the way. This is noble. Even if I don't have it, I'll get it for you. And they say, that young man over there, it's over. How many places, Kinyash, you yourself, did you go when you can't afford? Because you had hunger and time and direction.
Yeah.
Young people today are not showing up for conferences. They're spending time at their girlfriends and boyfriends. They're spending time betting and fighting over Arsenal. They're borrowing money to throw into bet and movies. They don't have hunger and direction, and they're still hoping that they will have any life at all. We are so many and we are so congested. Unless you stand out. This should be common sense. Unless you stand out, you will not be preferred. Even the employer is looking for the economical way of solving problems. One person who can solve problems very quickly, that's one they'll pick. My brother, I watched speeches, I studied I studied things that today I can't, even if I want, I don't have the space. The volume of information I consumed, really. It is possible there was something playing around me for 24 hours around. It is possible I would even lull myself to sleep. I would try to remember where I was before, so I go back and I know one book I listened for, is it 6 months? For over 10, 20 times. Because it was speaking such new knowledge. And it was so practical. Oh my God, I had been to law and I met many atheists in law school who were arguing about existence of God. And they were arguing the philosophies of law that are informed about human social cohesion, communism versus capitalism. And I was so confused. Okay, we have graduated from law, but now I went to the scholars of those subjects. And I would find a teacher who's talking sense that is ringing true to me. When you find good material, you don't listen to his ones. You know that. Even a good book, you can't consume it. The first time you're very excited to just get the idea. Next time you're digesting, internalizing. Sometimes you even repeat again to make sure you caught everything. You caught everything. And you can finish the sentences. It becomes part of your thinking. I don't know if there was not that season where I would be. And yet it is so critical and it is so less spoken of. It is not even discussed. You don't hear it. So, me who was intentional on growth, what if I had started dating a girl that time? There's a girl in church, we had developed that kind of at home. And our pastor kept telling us, you guys are fishing from the net. Go out there, meet people. So, no, this one I'm sure, I can see her character. I don't want to guesswork out there. That's reasoning, And it did not take long with the process I'm telling you of growth and say, so the rapidity with which I'm changing, unless the other person is also changing in the same rapidity, we are bound to fall apart. And I saw the point. It will only take one December, and I'm going back to the same people. December, sometimes you go back, to meet people. And some guys who are not keen on growth, you realize they're joking the same things, they're talking same level, they're referring
to you the same names they used to call you then.
You feel so uncomfortable and you're disturbed. What changed? There are things I learned last year. Like this and this, no, this one so. So it's learning that's happening. So my thoughts, my habits, my tastes are being... If you date a person who at that time, and that's not their energy, you'll outgrow them. And then, remember this word, you're not paid according to what you work. You are paid according to what you're worth.
Yes.
Can you underline that?
You're paid according to your worth.
Not your work. Some of the guys who are paid highly did not work as much as you. Okay? And you say it is unfair. I worked more. I sweated more. Why are they paid more? Because they are worth more.
They are smart.
Their personal presence assures the employer that they have the capacity to handle anything. So they are paid just to watch. Their presence and their experience and their expertise is enough. They don't need to look sweating and very busy. Just sitting on that chair at the helm. That's all. Sometimes pilots are not busy. They're just there in case.
Yes.
Sometimes autopilot. But the pilot, you may be working a lot, serving people tea or saying, I'm the one working here, these guys are just seated.
They're on Facebook.
Autopilot. And the guy is being paid heavily. And he's apparently not doing a lot. And you who can't hardly sit. It's happening here. Doing that. Solving this. Why am I paid only a tenth of the... What they're worth.
Wow.
Not their work.
It is their worth.
Yes. That is a law I was taught that time. Because I used to think, sweat, pay. You sweat, you pay. In fact, I was removed from that. I was told you only sweat when you're on very low levels of of the food chain. When they're down there, they depend on sweat and hustling. The more you're up, you depend on personality and thinking and ability, energy. Up here, the pyramid is always like this. The food chain down here is many people and they're struggling a lot. And we're taught, struggle and remove yourself from here. Be worth more. When you come at apex here, you're paid for your presence, for your opinion. Even by just showing up. Like that mechanic who was told that, that engineer was told that the ship had stalled and it was not running. And they invited him, he's an expert consultant in mechanics of ships. And they had been trying to start it and their own mechanics could not get it. So this engineer comes with a toolbox, looks at it, and he takes his hammer and taps something.
Yeah.
And the engine runs. And then he sends them later an invoice of a lot of money.
Yeah.
Is it 100,000? That's now, surely, you did not even work for 2 minutes.
I mean,
Just asking our boy, open that one, the boy opens, then you tap.
you're good to go.
Then send us an itemized invoice. So he sends, tapping with a hammer, $1. Knowing where to tap, 99,000. He charged his worth, his knowledge, his experience, his expertise. I was baptized and released from ignorance of thinking it's all about sweating and beast of burden. And what if I was dating and then this person, by today I'll be living an existence of net worth in knowledge, exposure, growth that is so alien to them that they would never have attained this without me. And if they are going to attain it, they're going to attain it on their own path. But what you see today is people who are conscious about self-improvement do not require that from the people they marry. It's all about emotional connection. They understand me. They support me. The reasoning people give you for who they are dating are very disturbing. It's that, we came from far.
Yeah.
They helped me in time of need. They understand me. You listen.
And you wonder.
And the person is telling you that person is very intense. They're always learning. They're so focused. They're improving. They're earning more. They're advancing. You look at their energy and how it's on the move. Vis-a-vis the person who's waiting in the car. Their car. You see some guys and the woman they're trying to marry. You can't see any congruence at all. One guy was an architect. And told me he met this girl, one of the hardware where he was buying stuff to build. So they click this girl, she's selling, and so something develops, and now relationship now, and she can always come anytime he wants and give me things. Now he's asking, and I'm saying, so what is common between, except the bodily, the sexual, what is there?
What else is there?
No, she's obedient when I say something. And so why are you asking me about it? Because you are disturbed. You know she's not on your level. And I'm not saying anything about hardware, or I've told you today I encourage young people not to go to traditional career paths that are very crowded. I met one girl who finished degree, and because her family runs hardware, she opened her own a small shop elsewhere. And she's very happy.
Yeah.
I'm just picking it as an example. This guy whose path was very intense and growing. You may find a business person who's very ambitious, driven, and they're growing business. Then they go to this person who just there. No energy, no drive, no vision, no nothing. And then because of emotional, and then we need to start life, I need to start next chapter of life, the kind of thinking. Really how we end up with people who we parachuted them to a life they were not going to come to anyway is because we neglected that we are intentional about growth and they're not. We spent that intentional singleness. There's a period of your life that was self-recreation only. Most great people will tell you a season where they were not dating anyone. The jobs they were having were not consistent. It was all about here, there, moving, learning, studying, increasing, growing. And it feels very uncertain because you don't know when it will end, when you become better. You're just hungry and doing what you see today. Many of us, I think the divine grace had to guide us directly. There were no teachers. There were nobody recommending it. In any case, we are being told we are lost. Why are you not yet married? You already graduated. You're growing old. And I knew things are shifting within me so quickly. I was very happy, man, for the growth. But on the other side, you're not sure whether you're missing something, you know. And let me tell you, my brother, despite the small money and how we would operate that time, we never got stranded in terms of you are stuck totally. There was always something small economy, but we kept moving. But the books, the messages, the teachers, the conferences, the mentoring, the late nights, the learning, there's, brother, I know for a fact now that is what made us who we are today.
Yeah.
The precision we can, and we did not stop growing after that season. It's only that it was like a degree. There's a period of we needed to be transformed in a very intense, and right now we are building up on that foundation. When they're excavating foundations, they don't use bricks, they don't use cement, they just dig.
Yes.
So, but when they start building, they add a floor, another floor. So today we are adding floors.
Yes.
That time, it was excavation.
You were doing the foundation.
You know, and it's very chaotic. You hear a lot of noise.
Yes.
You know, don't skip that and don't underrate a person who did not do that. You will end up taking them to a height that they can't fly. So they cling on to you because you are the one who brought them, and only you can maintain them. You're trying to be humble, so you don't want to say you're a successful person, you're driven, I'm not judging other people. That is a vibe you hear from public. Now that you're successful, you're rejecting me. Yeah. That's what you hear from people.
Don't even pick our calls.
When it comes to marriage, be self-loving, be realistic. Marry only the people who have encountered the self-transformation that increased your worth 100-fold, that gave you the ability to reason with abundance, to be at home with wealthy people. Do you know, after I had finished growing, I could talk to millionaires who did not have the millions, but I know we are thinking on the same level. It's only a matter of time. Mine will manifest. To this day, I can talk to anybody. I can converse easily with anyone. Billionaires, millionaires, even when I don't have that kind of money myself, because I'm acquiring their mindset. I can borrow a leaf and even tell them something about psychology and relationships, and there's something I can say.
Yes.
Why? The transforming journey. And I will not be shaking, oh my God, who is this? Am I worthy to be here? No. Once you've gone through that journey, you gain stature. And you understand the universality of human beings. And whether he's a president of US or president of who, they're just human being. As long as we can talk, we just sit and talk. There's too much difference between us. I have attained a level of latitude to have the composure and presence in front of anyone. That is not inborn.
You work for it.
That kind of confidence, you graft it. These things you don't just, I learned this, you graft. Grafting is different from just acquiring and bringing the house. You make it part of your system. You know, until it grows with you. Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
That was deep, and there's so much. I'm also learning a lot from this show. Thank you so much. So how well are you grounded? Because the level of your foundation matters a lot. Are you well founded? If you're not, you still have time. You can go and start digging deep and deeper, and you become that which God had purposed you to become. It is not too late, and we are not here to judge you, but we are here to tell you, you can do it. So go for it. So thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Willie Kinyash. See you on the next one.